Good. After I'm stationary. I'm not moving. Honestly, literally. I know I'm a great ventriloquist, but I'm not meant to be stationary. There, fuck's sake.
I'm moving. Hello.
Hey babe, how you doing? Nice.
Hello.
Deactivate camera source. Activate camera source. And we're back. There we go. Hey. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Plus, where everything works all the time. This is great. This is wonderful. Nice. My name is Graham Day. I'm joined by the man that we call Bibby. This is The Scoop. Hey, I'll read, Bib.
Hello, Graham. How are we doing this fine Friday afternoon-ish? I tell you what, though, 10 to 1. Pretty good timing, that. I'll tell you that. After all the scoops that we've done this week, today, I think, is the earliest. I'm having that.
Yeah, we'll take it. It's still within. It's definitely still in the morning, isn't it? Right? Because they say 12 o'clock is the afternoon, and we're still in the 12 o'clock, so that means it's really the morning, right? Right? Okay, that's not quite true, but we'll go with it. Yeah, welcome in. If you don't know who we are, as mentioned, my name is Graham. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream Plus, and in true Ice Cream fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Plus each and every single weekday, bringing you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. So do feel free to, grab yourself a brew, grab yourself a snack. It's dinner time-ish, 10 a.m. Ish. Grab yourself a snack and a brew, because over the next hour or so, we will go through those stories. We will give you our thoughts and impressions, and we want to hear your thoughts and impressions too. Then we want to hear your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions, so please do feel free to get involved over the next hour or so. As mentioned, we are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. Ish. It's now 10 to 1 in the afternoon, so close-ish. Well, that'll do. So we go live on Twitch, but the live stream is turned into a podcast and video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So there's lots of places where over 130,000 people have watched and listened to this show on demand, so please do feel free to get involved on behalf of all of those people. Before we jump into any news, though, I want to give you a little bit of a reminder that if you're a sub on this channel, you are actually winning at life. But that's not it. If you're a sub on this channel, you can bag yourself a freebie, potentially. One person every month bags themselves a prize just for being a sub on this channel. So if you are a sub, we appreciate you, and ! Loot drop in the chat if you've not been here before and you don't know how that works. One person that is a sub gets a prize. Simple as that. Easy peasy. Lunchtime, not dinner. No, you're incorrect, but okay. Almost as misleading as a pork donut. Yeah, it looks like a pig. That said, I agree with the sentiment there, Tito, but that said, our supermarkets sell Billy Bear meat, and there's no bear in it, so
I've got a fantastic story about Billy Bear, but I'm fairly certain I've told it many times on this podcast before, so I'll refrain from going through it again.
I can't remember. Give me the details, babe.
Okay, well, buckle yourself in. So, good friend of mine, same age as me. He works he works on a building site or whatever. Takes his packed lunches in with him, as does everybody usually when they end up going to work. So his missus does the shopping, she makes his butties, and she's just handed him, very 1950s, handed him his lunchbox to take to work. Anyway, massive fan of Billy Bear. Gets into work, unwraps his butties on the dinner table along with everybody else, and his mates all start taking the piss out of him. And Graham, can you understand, or can you tell me the reason as to why people was taking the piss out of him?
You had Billy Bear sandwiches?
And I quote, "You forgot to tuck the fucking ears in." So everybody knew instantly that he had Billy Bear ham, because he's got a muffin, and obviously it's circle apart from the ears that just flop out the side. So he's pulled out his butty, and the ears are just poking out the side. So he's just getting absolutely rinsed by all these blokes who are on fucking ham and cheese or whatever. But he's having Billy Bear ham with his little salad on top.
What a quote! So, yeah. What a quote! Do you know what? I'm pissed off. The boys took the piss out of me, not because I'm eating child's food, but because you forgot to tuck the fucking ears of my sandwich in.
So obviously he's been stealthily eating Billy Bear ham at dinner time for a long time, but because she forgot, she's always took the ears in, but she didn't tuck the ears in this time. So yes, he was the butt of jokes for a long time, but I think it took him about 3 years to pick up the courage to tell the rest of the lads who we've known him for years anyway. We just fell about laughing, like proper fell about laughing. Like I was wheezing, nearly throwing up. I was laughing that much. It was one of the best days of my life.
Shout out to Billy Bear Meat, by the way. 100% would not
Yeah,
be embarrassed
fantastic.
about having that. I'd be like, look, hey, have you got a fucking Billy Bear in your... No, you've got shit down. Get out of here. Welcome in, JMK says good mornish. All Lake says happy Friday, y'all. I booked my stay on Turku and Knotfest for August right after my holiday on Wien, Bratislava, and now I am just so happy that I could scream. What scream? We'll wait. Nice.
Radio listeners.
Baby chucked in there for you. You're welcome. He's got your back. He's got your back.
Have you got tickets to Knotfest? That's a bucket list thing for me. That
I don't know what that is. Is that where you go and get like a bit of string and so you can do like fisherman's knot and like a double knot and
Close, Graham. It's a slip knot.
Oh, okay. So a different type of knot then. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So it's a festival that Slipknot made maybe 10, 15 years ago or something like that, where they just bring like a load of upcoming new bands or some
and they all bring their own
bands.
string.
Absolutely.
Nice. That sounds great. Not. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Enjoy, League. Enjoy. You got a bit busy old summer, and you're doing Gamescom-ish potentially as well if they ever release the tickets and times and dates and stuff. Busy old.
Keep on
summer.
getting emails about that in work. Do you?
Yeah, all the time.
Obviously, because we've been before. It's like every day I'll get a new email from them, but I still haven't seen that the
yeah, all the information that they give you is like useless. It's like, well, just to let you know that we are reducing our carbon footprint. It's like, great. Can I go?
Can I buy a ticket? Yeah. Can I go through the doors yet?
I mean, the amount of emails that you've sent, that's got to have someone on a PC, which is using electricity. So the amount of emails that you've sent without giving me is probably adding to your carbon footprint. Fuck's sake. Lotus says, am I safe in here? No.
Never.
No. Where do we get to? How do you know it might? What, Billy Bear meat having bear meat in it? Yeah, I suppose it could do. Lasagna went through a phase of using horse meat, not beef. And Finder's crispy pancakes. They disappeared for ages because they were made with horse meat. But you know, it still tasted good. I'm not bothered. It's fine. Are Pom Bear crisps allowed as an adult? I mean, they're elite level crisps. I never really got on with them. They were just like, is there? I've only ever tasted like the original, the red packet, which is basically like ready salted. Which I'm just not asked about ready salted. I want like beef or something like that. So I've never really bothered about them. So I mean, they are allowed for me, but I'd give me something else instead, mate. Billy Bear is greater than spam? ? Exclamation mark. Ban at Tido. Oh, no. Ban at tar. No, Tido. There we go. Boom. Okay, he's gone. And now he's gone. We'll play him out with one of these as well. Exclamation mark. Spam. Lovely spam. Wonderful spam. Lovely spam. A wonderful spam. I'm making noise so we don't get YouTube strikes. Slipknot Fest, I knew really. Doesn't even taste like ham. What Billy Bear meat? It tastes like wafer thin ham, which is about 70% water. They've got like a rough hint of meat. That's what she said.
I smoked ham all the time for me. Smoked ham from Asda, the big packs. They're about fucking £3.50 now, but yeah. Or carvery ham.
Yeah,
big fan.
I mean, we always get like just the 70% water. Wafer thin honey roast ham kind of thing, just because you like stick a slab of it in with your ham and cheese butties, and they're good for
love honey roast,
like that.
but Samantha doesn't like it, so therefore I don't have it.
Yeah, you get it told me, and then she'll tell you, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so
exactly.
yeah, I know. What the fuck, Graham? Arch Enemy, Lamb of God, Cradle of Filth, Nightwish, Bring Me the. Oh, I knew what it was. Really, I just wanted to make jokes about knots, Knot Fest,
Cradle of Filth. Oh, I'd love to see them.
Spam, the breakfast food of the gods. I agree. Ice cream uploads. Exactly. Gammon is greater than. Greater than ham? Do you know a nice cooked gammon? Like, that's all oozy and salty and fucking smash. Yes, I'll take that all day. It's kind of like, it's like if ham and bacon had a baby, and it's like the best bits of it. It's like, yes, please.
The gammon ham from the deli counter at Morrison's is elite as well. I think you can. It's like 200 grams is like a quid. They usually have it on offer or something like that, and yeah, just fill the fridge with that. It's unbelievable. Oh, and the little. I know this is turned into a cooking show and an eating show. I don't care. I'm fucking starving.
Yeah,
But the little deli red pepper, the stuffed red pepper with
cheesy stuff.
I don't even know. You are.
What, like the pepper stuff with cheese?
Yes, I couldn't remember the cheese. I'm sure it's just cottage cheese or something like that. But oh my god,
Oh,
need that.
Tito says pastrami, cheese, pickles, mustard, and mayo. That's a proper sandwich. I agree. Although I'm not a fan of like to do that's like a proper American deli sandwich, but you always get it like stuck on rye bread or something like that, and I'm like, I like a fluffy bread. So yeah, I agree. Love the ingredients. Big dirty pickle on it. Oosh. But I'd change the bread style. Gammon is ham, isn't it? I suppose it's kind of same. I don't actually know if there's a technical difference or anything. All I know is it tastes good shit. Oh, West.
Afternoon, kids.
Afternoon, West. 20 months.
Hey,
God damn.
legend.
I love you. You all right, West? You all right? Yeah. Have you played the new season of PUBG yet? I played like 3 games of casual mode last night because I wanted to do my dailies and didn't really have time to play anymore. So it seems alright. Yeah, it's alright. Tiger bread is greater than. I do like tiger bread, but it's not greater than for all situations. I mean, it makes
Have you had the bake your own one yet?
No.
So, do you have an Asda near you?
Trafford Centre. It's a bit of a mooch.
Oh god, that's a mish. Right, yeah. So Asda do bake your own. So they'll already pre-bake it, but not completely. They'll put it in the wrapper thing. It's like 80p for a full loaf for a full bloomer, and you put it in the oven for 3 minutes. And I swear to God, Graham, elite, genuinely elite.
That doesn't surprise me because like fresh, hot, like even the part baked like little roll things, they are high above their station because they're just shitty little rolls. But because they've just been done in the oven, they're just like, oh. My mate Carl, his mum used to have a bread maker, and she'd just make like a full mega loaf like every day, and we'd just sit there with like it was basically tiger bread because of the size of it, and we'd just sit there with just bread and butter, just be like, fucking yeah, fuck yeah.
What's your go-to butter, Graham?
The one that's on the bread that I'm eating. I'm not actually that arsed, to be fair. I mean, if I was to choose anything, I'd go for a proper salted butter, rather than a margarine, anything like that. But that said, I'm not actually that arsed. If you was asking me to choose my ideal sandwich, it'd probably be something like that. But I just eat whatever's on the bread. I'm not actually that bothered. So yeah, you tell me.
Yeah, it's Samantha loves Lurpak, albeit it's well expensive, so we get the Norpak one from Aldi.
Oh, obviously. I mean, Wes just said Lurpak, but you know he's proper minted as well. So Lurpak solid is the shit.
Butter.
Yeah,
That's me. That.
I can't believe it's butter. You can't believe it is butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Tiger bread's not supposed to be toasted. It's not even a tiger. It's giraffe bread, as that viral thing that went out like from Sainsbury's a few years ago. Some kid says, I don't know why you call it tiger bread because the pattern is more closer to a giraffe. So didn't they renamed it or something, giraffe bread or something like that?
Did you know that the top of it's covered in Marmite?
Yeah, that's what gives it like the. I didn't know that until fairly recently though. Like it was like within the last few months, I was told what that was. It might have even been you that's told me. I can't remember where it, but yeah, I didn't, but now I do. Yes.
It's outrageous that because I never would have tried it otherwise. Try this bread that's got Marmite on it, which is fucking disgusting.
I mean,
no, thank you.
Danielle hates Marmite, like hates Marmite. I mean, I don't mind Marmite. Like they say, you love it or hate it. I actually really like Marmite for like 1 or 2 pieces of toast, and then after that, it's like. Gammon is slightly different than ham. It's cured in a different way. See, that's the kind of knowledge that I just don't care to profess because I'm too busy eating ham and gammon. I could say the same. West, gang beasts. Next time you are done for. Oh, I missed that one. Let me go back up. I've missed stuff. Tiger bread is rubbish. I played a couple. Tiger bread can fuck off, says Iceman. What? This is Iceman.
Get him out of here.
He's good food, and then he's just come in with that take. Lotus says, I love tiger bread. Tito says, if you can find it, Black Sheep Bakery tiger bread, that is amazing. Never heard of it. It's rubbish toasted, great toasted. Tiger bread's not supposed to be toasted. Oh, we've got all the conversation going on here. Dr. Bombay, Tiger took my family, started playing in my head. I thought you were a man of taste, Lotus. Country life butter for me. Lurpak Solid, can't believe it's but there we go. Now we're up to speed. I'm now heading out as my family have literally just decided to go out. Bye, Iceman.
Yeah, bye.
You can take your tiger bread hot takes with you. God damn, you repeatedly destroyed me yesterday, Lotus. Oof. Bow, bow, bow. What were we talking about? Was that gang beasts or was that gangbangs? Oh, whatever. Okay, fine. Headbutts. Marmite and peanut butter. I've never had Marmite and peanut butter. I potentially would give it a go. I had peanut butter like yesterday. I love peanut butter. Never had. Well, I mean, we don't own Marmite because Danielle just doesn't allow it in the house. Nah, she's not that bad. But she when I first met her, do you know when people like you're like what things you dislike or whatever? That was like the first primary thing of like dislike Marmite and belly buttons. So naturally, I found an image on the internet of belly button covered in Marmite and sent it to her via email.
Oh,
that went down very well.
How very great.
Absolutely, 100%. You tell me your weaknesses. I mean, yeah. Welcome to The Scoop, your weekly food podcast. It's Friday. We're both starving. Literally, my stomach is like blah, 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 blah. So it is what it is. Do you know what? We'll start jumping into the news now, but feel free to switch the conversation on between yourselves while I jump into the news roundup of what you're going to be eating this weekend. Surely someone's going to be having something pretty sexy this weekend, so feel free to drop it in the chat. Lotus says, Marmite can get in the bin for me. Well, the theme is ice cream, that's true. I had some Lynx Marmite Africa deodorant. I saw that, didn't touch it. I used to wear Lynx Africa until Danielle was pregnant, and I sprayed it, and that was one of those, like, smells that Danielle's pregnancy just did not appreciate, and I didn't appreciate it and never wore it again because I was like, I mean, to be fair, it's like a 12-year-old boy's fragrance, so she probably saved me from that kind of thing. But I sprayed it and Danielle just sat there, and I was like, oh well, I'm never wearing this ever again, and I haven't. So there you go. Okay, the news for today though. The biggest story is the fact that Take-Two, as in the company behind Rockstar and 2K and all that, and Zynga, the massive mobile publisher / developer, will merge on Monday in one of the industry's biggest ever deals. So stockholders have approved all combination proposals ahead of a $12.7 billion acquisition. So obviously we knew this acquisition was going to take place, and now it just about is. So Take-Two and Zynga will merge on May the 23rd in one of the games industry's biggest ever deals. It was the biggest ever deal in the games industry for like 5 minutes, and then Microsoft just decided to go, yeah, fuck yeah, 70 million, let's go, baby. So that's the lead story. We'll then jump into the fact that The Witcher 3 next-gen version is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S in Q4 2022. So if you want to play Witcher 3 next-gen, that's coming confirmed this year. System of a Down's Frontman is providing music for a new rhythm-based shooter. So the rhythm shooter features a roster of metal legends, and it goes... You wanted to. Fuck knows. Never in my life have I ever known what he said in that bit, apart from the you wanted to bit. So yeah, there you go. Bacon. He likes his cheese and eggs and bacon. West eats ketchup with bacon and eggs and... Yeah, you get the idea. Okay. As after that, some PlayStation classics are coming to the new PS Plus, and they're getting trophy support that they've never had before. And then we will wrap things up with the Epic Game Store free games of the week. But for now, Take-Two and Zynga will merge on Monday in one of the industry's biggest ever deals. Do you know what? This deal, I've heard, Bib, is almost worth as much as you get annually. Monthly. There we go.
Not even remotely close.
Yeah.
I earn way more.
Baby, I mean, obviously, 2 Lambos. But that's all you've seen. You only ever seen.
Save it up for a third.
So Tom Ivan at VGC has the story. I've gone through the title, the tagline, and the intro. So let's jump straight into it. Take-Two and Zynga will merge on May the 23rd in one of the games industry's biggest ever deals. The stockholders of each organisation approved all proposals related to the combination of the companies on Thursday. Shares of Zynga will cease trading after the market closes on Friday, and it will no longer be listed on the Nasdaq exchange. In January, Rockstar parent company Take-Two revealed plans to purchase Zynga in a $12.7 billion deal. It will be the biggest deal, the biggest completed acquisition in the history of games, although it's set to be dwarfed by Microsoft's planned acquisition of Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, a deal which the Xbox maker claimed this week is moving relatively quickly. From Monday, Take-Two's blockbuster console and PC franchises like Grand Theft Auto, Borderlands, NBA 2K, and Bioshock.
Optimus Prime.
Oh, we've just had an Optimus Prime.
What do you call a guy with no shins? Tony Kappa.
What do you call a guy with no shins? Tony. That's fucking amazing.
Spike.
Oh, do you know what? I'll give you a clap for that one, Spike. GG, Spike. That is. Do you know what? I'm playing it again.
My name is Optimus Prime.
What do you call a guy with no shins? Tony Kappa.
Tony. GG, Spike. 28 months as well. That is madness. And off the back of the 28, we get a 27 as well, as Big Ham just drops a raid. Welcome in, Ham fam. How are we all doing? Hey. I did have Ham stream on a little bit earlier on. Has he been flushing more people? He's been thirsting, hasn't he? Full on thirsts, left, right, and centre. That's just what I expect. It's just what we expect. I mean, to be fair, I dropped into his stream and I was there for a while, but I had it on like my side screen. So it's one of those. I was talking about this the other day. I tend to have people stream on, and it's a bit of a lurk. So I kind of zone out, do my emails, do the work stuff, and then when I hear it get exciting, I'm like, ooh, and it draws my attention back in. And just so happens that I drew into Ham's stream as they dropped at Power Grid on Miramar. Some people had been knocked, so Ham came over like an absolute hero, like knocked 2 or 3 members of this other team, and then quickly found an excuse to thirst. Oh, they were in a doorway. I needed to get past. Bang, bang. Oh, yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. To be fair, they were blocking the doorway and they had dropped all their loot like one round at a time and stuff like that. But still. Thank you very much for the raid, Ham. For anyone that doesn't know, my name is Graham. This has been We Are Ice Cream Uploads. We're currently going through the biggest news stories of the last 24 hours on this show, which we call The Scoop. This is our video games news podcast. We do play PUBG though, so do feel free to join us tomorrow morning from around 10:30ish, as we'll jump in and play some PUBG tomorrow until mid-afternoon. Nice. See the I Lotus UK. Do you know, if he wants, we'll let him join us. If he's fine, go on, whatever. So yeah, you we'll be playing with people you know. Put it that way. Where did we get to? Let's go back up. I think I've missed quite a bit. Okay, because of you, I was all alone on Wednesday. So selfish, working and providing for your family. Who's more important here, me? Obviously, I Lotus UK. Yeah, god damn it, Lotus. God damn it. The thing is, Lotus was actually around to play. Lotus, like, he messaged me on Wednesday evening, and he was actually good to play. So chasing crates with mates could have actually taken place this week. So it's not even Lotus's fault. God damn it. It was an acceptable first. They were cock blocking, but with doorways. Yeah, get out of it. Now I can't play, got a window cleaner coming. Phony Asteroid says, don't be saying nice things about Ham. He might start thinking he's good. I mean, I didn't quite go that far. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm going to jump back into this news article because we just started talking about the fact that the biggest acquisition in the games industry that has actually taken place, or will have actually taken place, is just about to happen. Obviously, the biggest acquisition, as this article has mentioned, is the Xbox acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which is $68.7 million. But before that, for a few weeks, the biggest acquisition in the games industry was Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar, purchasing Zynga for $12.7 billion. So it will be the biggest completed acquisition in the history of the games industry, although it's set to be dwarfed by Microsoft's planned acquisition of Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, a deal which the Xbox maker claimed this week is moving relatively quickly. From Monday, Take-Two's blockbuster console and PC franchises like Grand Theft Auto, Borderlands, NBA 2K, and BioShock will be brought under the same roof as Zynga's hugely popular social gaming brands, including Farmville and Words with Friends. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick has said that Zynga's expertise could help it drive its free-to-play and cross-platform ambitions and bring its console and PC properties to mobile. Quote, "We believe that our combination with Zynga will be transformative for our company as we create a powerful and diverse portfolio of industry-leading titles, whilst also becoming a leader in mobile games," Zelnick said on Thursday. Zynga CEO Frank Gibo added, "We are excited to be one step closer to combining Zynga's free-to-play expertise and next-generation mobile platform with Take-Two's best-in-class capabilities and renowned intellectual properties." Okay, babe. Take-Two, massive titles. The NBAs of the world, the Grand Theft Autos, the Borderlands, BioShock, mixed with the available everywhere systems that Zynga brings. Yes, not necessarily the same level of prestige. I mean, absolutely the same level of history when you get to the likes of Farmville and Words with Friends. Their social cut-through has been massive. So putting those two together, big win, possibly? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Take-Two, obviously, like you just rattled off some of the biggest games there will ever be in video games, some of the biggest franchises, and then putting them alongside, from the outside looking in, putting them alongside the likes of Farmville and Words with Friends. Like, you'd be like, one's for the hardcore base, one's for the casual base. You call yourself a gamer because you're playing Farmville, all that stuff, bundle it all together. But the way I see this is, neither of them have to technically invest in the opposite platforms. And I'll dig deeper into what that means. So if you are Take-Two and you've got these massive franchises and you wanted to branch out into mobile, but you don't want to turn these massive franchises into mobile games, invest in something, a company that's already has a wealth of experience, that's already has infinite amount of people are readily available to play those games. Like, I don't know how many people are still playing Farmville. For me, it was a Facebook game. Obviously, looking at the article, it's got videos in there from mobile versions of that game. So I'm not the target audience for that, but there will be millions of people who are. Why would they want to spend development millions in R&D for something that it already has a market there? Like, they might as well just merge them both together and then reap the rewards of both sides, console gaming and PC gaming, and then mobile gaming. Why they don't necessarily have to make their console and PC games mobile friendly when they already have mobile markets out there. Like, a lot of people will probably go, well, they're buying these shit mobile games, but they might be shit to you, but these are two absolute juggernauts. And obviously it's not just Farmville and Worlds with Friends. They have a load of casino games in there, and whatever that block breaker one is. Again, I'm not the target market for these. Remember, King.com is very much like that ilk of games. So yeah, I think it's a very wise move from Take-Two and Zynga to both merge their companies together. From the outside looking in, you probably don't think that, but I think logistically and time saved, because it wouldn't have been wasted, because I would have had to waste I had to invest a load of time into finding something that will be compatible with their business ethics, their ethos, the way that their market is, the way that their customer bases are. Like, they would have done a lot of research and development into seeing whether or not they will be paired nicely. And I think this is mega, in my personal opinion.
Thanks for that input, Mr. Besto. I appreciate that very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
For those that don't know what that is, if you're watching this or listening to this on demand, Phony Asteroids has just said, for a minute, I thought Bibby was Johnny Besto, and I didn't know what Johnny Besto looked like. So I've just had to Google it. And do you know what? I see it. Johnny Besto.
Severely overweight. Johnny Besto.
Johnny Besto is like a Poundland Bibby. He wishes.
Wish.com.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Johnny Bibsto. Yeah. Get out.
I'm someone shit at. I'm genuinely shit at cricket as well. So yeah.
So you should be. Nobody should be good at cricket. Someone's throwing a brick at you. You're only hitting it away to save yourself. It's just
through that.
Ham says Farmville, the creator of the timer in-app purchases, plant some potatoes, wait 5 weeks for it to grow, or give us 100 quid and make them grow immediately. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like Zynga and mobile games, I think, and they're probably going to have it for the next 10 years or so, will always be tarnished with that, like, untrust, you're taking our money away from us kind of thing. But they are the foundation of modern gaming principles. In terms of, like, rather than just spend 70 quid, get the game. It's like, get the game free and then figure out ways to monetize that fairly. And those timer purchase stuff, I mean, I've got no time for that. I don't like shit like that. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a barrier that people face, and it stops you playing the game. And I don't think that's great transactional value. Obviously, people can go, yeah, okay, I'll spend 79p, so I can do it now. Some people want to do that. Some people go, well, I don't have time. And that's the thing, is like, you've got the time versus money playoff, which that has moved forward in time. You don't get as much of that now. You still exist probably in Farmville and things like that. I don't know, I don't play them, but you don't get any new games coming out with those, because they were the early iterations of in-game time-relevant transactional-based things, just like loot boxes. They still exist in shit games, but they don't exist in games that realise, actually, that is stupid. Okay, so shit games. They exist in PUBG. It's not a shit game, but that's a shit mechanic. You will never convince me that loot boxes are not a shit gambling mechanic, and they exist in PUBG, so therefore it has a shit gambling element. Zynga definitely have done a lot of that, but the thing with Zynga is they have evolved, not just for themselves, but they have evolved the industry. So they've gone past, how can we milk all of the money out of people, to how can we make content that people enjoy and allow them to spend in a way that they feel comfortable doing so, while still allowing them to enjoy the content. And that's the holy grail. Is mobile games in the past just were exploitative, but mobile games now are so much more advanced, and that's because of the work of things like Zynga. So taking all of that social learning and putting that alongside NBA 2K, and putting that alongside Grand Theft Auto, having a Grand Theft Auto mobile app that's not just allowing you to join your crew or create a heist or whatever, but allowing you to actually continue playing where you've left off. It's almost like Epic taking Fall Guys and making it cross-platform, cross-promotion, cross-progression, all the other cross-Ps as well. Exceptional. And if Take-Two can do that now with Zynga, it's beautiful. That's a big old move. That means that they're as much as a lot of people dislike mobile is the future of video game, or it's a very big chunk of the future of video gaming. So if you can go from PC to console to mobile, and you can do that with all of the history that Zynga has, then that's why they've spent $12.7 billion. This was unseen levels of money until Microsoft thought, hold my beer, I'll go again.
I've just been onto the Zynga website just to have a look at the games that they're pumping out nowadays. And it looks like they've got quite a few licensed things as well. So they've got a Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells, the Block Breaker game that I was talking about before.
Oh, we've lost Bib.
A racing game called CS. I don't know if it's a Ferrari, but it's just in French. No idea. So they do obviously have a lot of obviously a Star Wars game as well. So they have a lot of licenses. Yeah. So they have a.
That was something we were potentially going to be working on in a former life. But Star Wars Hunters is a Zynga game, and that, I think it works for Zynga as well. It's not just Take-Two going, oh, we've got access to mobile. Zynga then gets access to console, because Star Wars Hunters actually looks pretty good from its trailers and stuff. Whether it actually is or not, I'm not sure. But that is a game that was essentially developed for mobile, but is coming out on the Switch. So Zynga clearly have their eyes on console. Take-Two have their eyes on mobile. It's a $12.7 billion acquisition, but it benefits everyone involved. And if content creators, not content creators, content consumers get a better way of interacting with the content that they want at all points, then win. PUBG is a shit game. Grade A. Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, take it. I think with the possibility of loot boxes being classed as gambling, they had to change. Yeah, I mean that's what it was though. I mean it is gambling for me. I mean I know it's not been classed as that in this country yet, but other countries have. But it is for me. It is, and I will die on that hill. And that's the reason why Warzone got rid of that sort of stuff. Call of Duty doesn't really have that sort of stuff anymore. You go back to play Modern Warfare Remastered, that sort of era was all like, yeah, loot boxes and crates and stuff. Battlefront 2 had that. I don't know if it still does, but they had that as a big major component of it. Fortnite had it and then went, do you know what? Actually, this is horrible and exploitative, so let's get rid of it completely. And then 2 years later, PUBG went, hey, we've just found something called loot boxes. Do you want to go? Whenever you say mobile, I just switch off. Like, don't get me wrong, phone games have advanced, but the majority of them are still time for money based crap games, which is your opinion. Just like
I don't believe that anymore.
Yeah, I don't believe that anymore either. Just like when we said building PCs is not something that we want to do, and you then went on a 20-post rant the other day. That's our opinion, but there's a lot of people that there is more money in mobile games. Like, what was it? It was something like all of the money earned in PC and console gaming combined equated to what mobile games have to offer. And there is such a large amount of money in that market. And if the market was just exploitative, then that wouldn't be the case. And it is exploitative, but so is console gaming. I mean, I just mentioned Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront 2 and PUBG. They all have exploitative formats. The difference is that console is still primarily in the full price payment system. A lot of things now are going, oh, actually, let's launch free to play because that's actually pretty good for us. But a lot of games are full priced, which is why we don't have as much exploitative behaviors in there. That said, we've already had in this month alone articles talking about how PlayStation, Xbox, EA, and others are all looking at, we are absolutely going to introduce advertising into our content because we can earn more money off that. And that is a result of them going to free to play. So when you have a price on the door for entry, people will revolt against exploitative stuff more than something that's free. And that's the thing with mobile. Mobile still has a lot of that people going, well, it's free. If you don't want it, don't play it. If you do want it, spend some money kind of thing. And that's why you get a lot of that exploitative stuff in there.
But mobile games aren't just like these ones where you end up having to grow plants and you have to wait 10 minutes and stuff like that. I think a lot of people overlook the fact that you have AAA titles on there ready-made for you to be able to play, whether or not it's Call of Duty mobile, whether or not it's PUBG mobile.
Garena Free Fire, Clash of Clans.
Yeah, Hearthstone, Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon... What's that one, that MOBA that came out not long ago? The one that came out on Switch.
Yeah, I can't remember. The one that Show was streaming quite a bit.
Yeah, obviously they have that one. It's that good. I can't remember it. And they've obviously got Apex Legends coming out soon. So all these AAA console games are being moved and ported towards playing it on a mobile, so you can literally play these games everywhere. Not to mention the fact that Fortnite's on there as well. If you get a Razer Kishin controller, if you have a PlayStation, if you have a PS5 controller or an Xbox controller, you can snap it onto your controller and be able to play it as just like a screen. Like, there is so many games. It will take me forever to be able to go through just the Android market and show you that these mobile games nowadays aren't just these intrusive wait timers, and if you want to speed it up by 5 minutes, there's 79p. It's the Simpsons Tap Out isn't like the only games on there. Farmville aren't the only games.
I used to love Simpsons Tap Out, by the way.
Yeah, there's so many of them shit Instagram ones where you're scrolling through Instagram stories and it'll be like someone running and then they have to run through a gate and there'll be like 400 people behind them and then they run through another gate, there'll be 800. All of those shit games.
Crap.
Are on there as well, and they're definitely just looking for your money. But when I'm talking about proper mobile gaming, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the console experiences that are available on your mobile phone, and that's where I think the future is quite exciting for a lot of things, like being able to play games anywhere you go and have a top tier experience is the future that I think we all want. I think a lot of people will change their mind on mobile gaming if their favorite game that they are playing. If you could play Project Zomboid on your phone with a controller, I know you probably play mouse and keyboard, so you'll just say that I can't play a mouse and keyboard, therefore I don't want to play it. But if they had a version of that game that is available on your mobile, that's a game that might interest and pique your interest enough for you to be able to give it a go. And then you might end up changing your mind and going, okay, well, what else is there available for me? It's just trying to find
for me,
needle in a haystack.
I agree with you. Like, to say that you will instantly turn off because games on mobile are shit is a logical statement, because you go off of your past experiences and you go off of a lot of current experiences. But having had my eyes open to what is available on mobile, I don't play mobile video games. I don't, but not because they're shit or because I assume they're shit anymore. I don't play mobile video games because of form factor. Because I was talking to Bibu just before we went on stream about Fortnite, and I played Fortnite, it must be over a year and a half ago now, because it was on my mobile device. Obviously, it's not on iPhone devices at the moment. And I logged in at night, played on my mobile, because I don't know if I was just checking it or I had a mission to do or something. And I was laid in bed. Bearing in mind, I've got obviously a PC and consoles and stuff in this house. I could have played it, but I was laid in bed, and it was like, actually, I want to do something on Fortnite while I'm in bed. And that was exceptional, the fact that I can jump in. I played one game, got absolutely roasted by some guy, turned it off because it was horrible playing it on a piece of glass. So the thing that puts me off is not so much the game's content now, it's the form factor. It's the same thing with, like, some people won't play on PC because of the form factor. I want to be able to use a controller, not a mouse and keyboard, and likewise. So for me, mobile content absolutely is light years ahead of where it was. But just like any industry, there is some exploitative content within there. But I feel like Take-Two wouldn't be spending $12.7 billion on that acquisition if there wasn't anything of substance there, and there absolutely is. I mean, obviously there is profit there, but there is great content opportunities within there as well. The only thing is, some brands, and ironically, you can't even pigeonhole which brands it is either. You either get the shitty, seedy developers that are making crappy little mobile things that either have half-naked suggestive people, oh, let's play this game, or like them tedious videos that always pop up in your feeds on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It's not just those like underhanded developers that will pop up and go. You do get it. So I did say, I've seen you've mentioned EA. I've not actually read the comments because Spike's writing essays. But like EA have some of, we were just early on last week, we were talking about Dungeon Master, how that came back to mobile, and I was like, yeah. And then it was just massive cash grab, money exploitation. So it's not any specific type of developer. Some developers are great, some developers are not. And that is the part of the course. Like PUBG Mobile has a lot of instances where you can spend money in there, but you can also just play the game for free and enjoy it and have fun. And same thing with Garena Free Fire, and same thing with Call of Duty Mobile, and so on, like that.
Yeah, Genshin Impact is a massive mobile game. It's yet to be playable on your Nintendo Switch, but you obviously can play it on your PC and your console as well. So there is definitely exceptions to the rule. And I've just seen there said that you want the full experience. I knew that was the path that you was going to end up walking down, which is why I tried to put as many caveats in as I could. I agree that the PSP is probably your closest you would have got back in the day to having a console experience. Obviously, we've taken that over with the Nintendo Switch now, but I genuinely feel like if I didn't have a Nintendo Switch or any other handheld device, that a mobile game, mobile is more than enough to be able to play a lot of top tier games now, especially with like the Razer Kishi controllers and things like that. There's a lot of games that now support it. I wish there was more games that would support that kind of controller, because it would just open the gates a hell of a lot more to a lot more people. Like it's so annoying having to use the screen controls to play like PUBG Mobile. It just turns me off. My fingers are too fat, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to play those kinds of games comfortably. So using the Razer Kishi controller would just eliminate all of that stuff. But I don't agree with what Spike's saying. I don't agree with what Phony Asteroid's saying. I know but that's their opinion. That's how they like to game. I like to game on my PlayStation 5. There is games that I like to play on my PC. You can blur the lines in between that, but it's how you want to consume your games. think that a lot of people are sleeping on very good versions of games that are being put onto onto your mobile just because they think that it's a watered down version of what they're going to be getting from a console version, which to a large extent is correct, but they are still more than viable when it comes to playing a game.
And that's the thing. I agree with Spike's comment of I wouldn't because I want the full experience. I've always been that way. I agree. Which is the reason why I don't play PUBG Mobile when I'm sat on my couch in the living room. I get off my couch and get close to the TV and play PUBG console because it's a better full experience. And you mentioned like being on the road a lot, but that's the thing. Some people are on the road a lot. Some people don't have the opportunity of consoles and things like that. But some people will just be like, do you know what? Actually, I'm not on the road. I'm not. I've got a console, but I can just sit on my couch and play the game. And that's what the conversation is here. It's not whether you're on the road a lot. It is the full experience. Like Fortnite on your mobile, like I say, the only difference is form factor. That is the full experience, and that is the difference. That's what we're saying in terms of the video games industry in the mobile industry is not just cut the rope. It's not paper toss. It's not buy one donut in the Simpsons tapped out version and you can speed up the building of this house. It's not just that anymore. It's so much more than that. But
brilliant time to be in.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't see that or don't want to see that or aren't even interested in that or whatever it is, which is fine because there's still tons of games on PCs and consoles and there will continue to be them. But the point is that the gap between mobile and PC and mobile and console and PC, all of the gaps are closing, which is good. Not disagreeing, it's awful. Oh, okay. So yeah, Phony Asteroid did say, end of the day, companies need money, which is truthful and also the problem. Some of the companies will do more than they should and to take more money than they should take. And that's where Spike's argument comes from, which is completely valid. There is exploitation, but there is in console games. I mean, if it costs you $1,700 to get one skin in PUBG, that is exploitative, but that happens everywhere. But like I said before, the difference is if you've spent 50 quid, 60 quid on NBA 2K on the console, they can be as exploitative because you've already paid for entry. It's the same way that people kicked off when EA put adverts into Fight Night without people's permission and after the reviews came in, because people were like, well, I paid for a full price game. Now you're subsidizing yourself by using me as an advertising consumer when you haven't asked me for my permission to do that, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, anyway, we'll put a pin in this. We're starting to go on a little bit long on this one, so we'll move ahead. Yeah, that's why I mentioned not being on the road. I understand it for people who are. Yeah, exactly. To be fair, gaming for me is about playing with mates, and that makes a game for me. I 100% agree. So, like, if I was not even on the road, say if I was just at home and we had the power cut or something, whatever, and Bibby and the boys were jumping into Fortnite, I'm using that as an example, even though it's flawed because you can't do it at the moment, I could go, yeah, I'll forget, I'll jump in. I'll be on my phone, so you're going to have to carry me because no doubt I'm going to lose every close range shootout, but, you know, Ranger might be okay. And that makes it more accessible for me because it's the full experience, which I agree with that sentiment for Spike. I don't go back and play retro games as much as Bibby does because that doesn't give me the full modern experience, but it depends on what your full experience is, and that's where the subjective nature comes in. What Bibby deems as a full experience for him is different what I deem as a full experience for me, and so on. If I was going to game on my phone, I'd probably just remote play on my Xbox and connect my Elite control to my iPad. I wish they had options to reduce dead zones on phone, though. Yeah, no, same. Like as I've mentioned already, Fragger, that form factor is the biggest barrier for me. It's having to touch buttons on a glass screen. It's just it's not comfortable. It's not as intuitive. It's not what's the word? I always go to use anthropomorphic, but that's human like. Whatever the word that begins with A that means it's meant to fit your body shape. Your phone's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be a cool minimalistic device. So yeah, I agree. If I had, but that said, I do have remote play on my phone to my PlayStation. It's just laggy as fuck, so I don't use that either. Ta-da! Nice. Okay, we'll put a pin in that. The next news story that we do have is about The Witcher. So if you're interested in playing The Witcher, maybe you've seen The Witcher on Netflix and you think, do you know what, The Witcher 3 is supposed to be a badass game. I'd love to play that. I've got a PS5 now. Do I really want to play a PS4 game on my PS5? Ergonomic. Is it ergonomic is, yeah, do you know, it's not quite the word that I was meaning. But it does the job. Yeah, ergonomic. We'll go with that one. Nice. Well done. Nice. This one, though, is the next story written by Stephany Nunneley at VG247. It says The Witcher 3 next gen version coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S in Q4 2022. So originally slated to be released during Q2 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. So a little bit late, but it's getting there. So CD Projekt has announced a Q4 release window for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S versions of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. The next-gen version was originally expected sometime during Q2 before it was postponed until further notice back in April. The delay was announced alongside news that development had moved in-house and the team was evaluating the scope of work to be done. It was originally being handled by Saber Interactive. Let me just hit play on this. There we go. So The Witcher 3 Next Gen will be released as a complete edition and comes with new items inspired by the Witcher Netflix series. While details on this content have not been provided, it's said the DLC will feature gear inspired by what Henry Cavill wears on the Netflix show. This extra content will be made available for all platforms. You can also expect a range of visual and technical improvements, such as ray tracing and faster loading times across the game, both expansions and all extra content. The next generation edition of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will release as a standalone purchase for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and will arrive as a free update for everyone who already owns the game on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. You own this game, right, babe?
I do own this game, yes.
So you're entitled to a free update.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people should have already taken this up because I think it's been on sale. It's been on sale numerous times since it's been released. But I think over Christmas last year, it was going for like £3 or £4 just to be able to on the PSN store. So just be able to have it in your because they already announced that a free update would be coming. So it was stupid not to take them up on that deal, really. So the people have just been buying it, adding it to their account, and then as and when this decides to come out later on this year, boom, you got a PS5 version of The Witcher 3, which obviously is. They're gonna get so much more money for this because people will be like, wouldn't have bought it for normal price. Wouldn't have bought it for the sale price. Realize that everybody else is playing it on the PlayStation 5 and streaming it, and then think it looks good, and then they'll be getting charged £30 for it. So they'll be making money hand over fist again when this comes out later on in the year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck in on the PlayStation 5.
I mean, I know this is only a trailer, but if it looks as good as this, fucking. Damn! Geralt, have you got fucked up? That was fucking badass. Yeah, absolute big thing. Do you know what? It's nice to have. I'm going to take this off screen now. It's nice to have some good news coming out of CD Projekt because I feel like they turned themselves, and rightly so, into a laughing stock. They went from being absolute darlings of video game development. Being loyal to the Witcher 3 community, absolutely providing one of the best video game and televisual experiences there was out there. And then off the back of all that, they threw it all away by releasing Cyber. Do you know what? I'm going to open up my drawer. Let's grab my copy of Cyberpunk. I've not done it for a while. There it is. This game. You can't see it because of fucking green screen shit. Fuck. Why is the yellow bit? That's not green. I know it's in green, but yeah, there you go. So this is my still in the wrapper copy of CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. It's supposed to be an exceptional game. Not, obviously. It's getting there. But that had knock-on effects for games like The Witcher. Obviously, we should have had the next-gen update for that in April. That had to get pushed back because of everything else that was probably sitting on it. But it's nice to see that they are getting there. We have said all along that the Cyberpunk saga was horrible, laughable, and should never have happened. But we did say that we believe CD Projekt Red will make it right. They haven't fully made it right with Cyberpunk yet. It's a great game if you can play through it, particularly on PC. I wouldn't advise anyone playing it on PS4. PS5 is supposed to be okay, but still not quite what it was meant to be. But The Witcher 3 was an exceptional game. It was an exceptional game. So if they're just making that an exceptional game that's available to people with even more exceptional hardware, then win. So it's a nice, easy win, but it's good to have a win for CD Projekt rather than just sticking the boot in again. It's a shame though, because every time we talk about CD Projekt, we're probably going to stick the boot in as part of that conversation because that's how bad it was. Rather than going, "Oh, The Witch is great," yeah, it's like The Witch is great, even though CD Projekt's last one wasn't. Or The Witch is great, but Cyberpunk was shit. And it's like it's always that has to be added in. That's how phenomenal of a cock up it was. But do you know what? It will eventually get to the point where we don't even acknowledge that because The Witcher 3 is badass. The next Witcher, which is coming on Unreal Engine 5, is going to be badass. Henry Cavill in the TV series is going to be badass, and it'll be like. Cyber what now? Who was that? Oh yeah, that was that game that was not quite good for a bit before in the past. Hopefully. Forney says quality game, which it is. It is big things. I mean, I've never played it, but I know that. Free update. Whoop! Imagine if Skyrim did that, baby.
How else are they going to get money from me though, JMK? How else are they going to
business.
take money from me? I did actually post in our Discord yesterday that obviously it's been rated for the Nintendo Switch again now. So am I going to be buying it?
Course he is. Spike says, Witch 3 wasn't great when it first released, mind. It took a long time to get there, and Cyberpunk is a joke to remember. It's actually a great game now. See, that's the thing, though. It wasn't great, and that's part of the reason why we said CD Projekt would bring it back around. However, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. So there is a significant difference there. That said, I think that difference is it's a completely different scenario. They're not going to fix it. I just think that difference means it's a longer road till they get it fixed. And I also think most people will say Cyberpunk is good. It's a decent game. It's a great game. Whereas people were saying Witcher 3 was Game of the Year level quality. And I think that will also be a difference as well. Is The Witcher 3 was almost disappointing because people were like, I can see how good this could be. Whereas I think when they finish fixing Cyberpunk, people will be like, okay, this is great. Great, but not the greatest of all time. It's not in the GOAT conversation. It's just a great game. And I think that's part of the issue as well, is all of that hassle. And The Witcher 3 was ultimately worth it. Whereas Cyberpunk, for a lot of people, will be like, okay, well, I could live without it. And that I think that's probably the difference as well. Anatomical. Sorry, it's bugging me. I need to remember the word. I've not played Witcher, so looking forward to playing it for the first time on next gen. Do you know? Maybe I don't think ergonomic is the word. Like, it's more to do with human body shape. Like, I've said it before on the stream. I've had this absolute conversation before. See if we can find it. No, can't find it. Well, I'm sorry, it's going to keep bugging you. I can't find out what word it is. It was something I did in my design technology sort of days back in former life. But yes, so okay, we'll move ahead from that one. If you missed it, The Witcher 3 is coming to next gen consoles in Q4 2022. So around Christmas time. I mean, maybe that's when we get the next Witcher series. I don't actually know when that's due to arrive, but the Geralt review that you see in the TV series, you'll be able to mirror with new content in the game. So everyone's going to be happy. Everyone's going to be high-fiving, and we'll just forget the Cyberpunk existed for a little bit longer. Nice. Next up, baby, we're going to talk about some news now. We're going to talk about this story because you wanted to. Jordan Midler at VGC has this news which says System of a Down's Frontman is providing music for a new rhythm-based shooter. The rhythm shooter features a roster full of metal legends. So System of a Down's frontman Serge Tankian, is that how you pronounce it, Tankian?
Yep.
I've only ever known him as Serge. I've never actually known his surname before. Serge Tankian will provide music for the upcoming rhythm-based first-person shooter Metal Hellsinger. The new track, titled No Tomorrow, features the singer's instantly recognizable voice over hard-hitting guitars and drums and sounds similar to his work in metal band System of a Down, though the track doesn't feature any other band members. Metal Hellsinger is being developed by The Outsiders, a team led by FPS veteran David Goldfarb, who served as the game director on Payday 2 and lead designer on Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Bad Company 2. Tankian joins the long list of metal singers providing music for the game, including Alyssa White-Gluz from Arch Enemy, Matt Heafy from Trivium, and Randy Blythe, Lamb of God. Matt Heafy, by the way, El Gato Party, knows his game stuff. He knows.
Yeah.
Strike terror into the hearts of demons and devils as you fight your way through 8 hells, which is the description on the game's Steam page. Metal Hellsinger is a rhythm FPS brimming with diabolical enemies, powerful weapons, and metal music, set out on an infernal journey in order to achieve the purest of goals. Vengeance. Each of the game stages, do you know what? We don't need to go too much into the details of the game. We'll stop there. So Metal Hellsinger has System of a Down's frontman Serge Tankian as one of the many decent metal legends on the track. I'm going to mute my mic now because that's happening. But Bib, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this looks absolutely mega. I've tweeted about this morning. I think, I don't know if you've got the gameplay up on the screen for everybody else to be able to see. Don't know whether or not you'd be able to get away with putting the track out there as well on low, so and people can hear what it's like. But if you know who Serge Tankian is, you'll understand what kind of music that you're going to be in for. But I think this looks mega. It's very Doom-esque, if I'm being honest. It looks like a Doom clone. I'm not too sure what the correlations with a rhythm FPS are, because there was a game, I think it's out now, called
just to jump in, the music doesn't have a low option. It's either really loud or off. Even when I turn the mute, like the line all the way down to the bottom, it's super loud, so I've had to turn it off. So yeah, sorry.
Right, yeah, sound. But yeah, as you would imagine from a Serge Tankian track, it's very, very drum and guitar led, very heavy. But yeah, it's there was a game called Bullets Per Minute, I think it was called. That whenever you fired your gun, depending on what gun you fired, the speed of the sound would increase. If you're using like a minigun, it would turn into like a death metal track rather than just like a normal metal track. So yeah, I'm all in. I mean, having the likes of Matt Heafy and Serge in there as well. Yeah, yes, please. This is definitely a massive dub for me. I'm definitely buying this game, 100%.
I wasn't still muted. You were still muted. This is fine. There you go. Trailer has just finished. We can drop the link into the article if you do want to watch the trailer with the music on it. I was going to obviously put it on, but you know, we'll get TOS copyright strikes and that, so we won't do it. So you're saying we can literally BYOB, bring your own Bibby, as Lake's just put in the chat. What do you mean? I missed it. I don't know. I'm confused. I've been doing too many things.
BYOB was System of a Down song.
Ah, there you go.
Build your own bomb, I think the acronym was.
I no idea.
Obviously, people use it as bring your own beer now.
I mean, that's what I knew it as. Bring BYOB. I was like, what? But there you go. Fragga, sorry, I let you down. I get the reference now because Bibby's just explained it. There we go. So yeah, if you missed it, Metal Hellsinger has all the musics from System of the Down, Serge Tankian. Where was the list? Alyssa Whitegloves from Arch Enemy, Matt Heafy from Trivium, and Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. If you're into metal music, then do feel free to check it out. Lake, that's one for you potentially. Moving ahead though, we have 2 stories left, so we'll quickly go through these ones because these ones are kind of self-explanatory. One of them does tell you about free games that you can get your hands on. That's not this one though. This one talks about.
A banger.
Is it? Oof. Is this the one that they kept secret, so we don't even know what it is yet? Oh, interesting. Speaking of interesting, guess which Whopper said he was going to get last week's game, and then didn't get it. It was me. Okay, some PlayStation classics coming to the new PS Plus are adding trophy support, including Ben Studios' Siphon Filter. So some of the classic games being made available as part of the new PS Plus subscription service will include trophy support. The news was confirmed by one of Sony Interactive Entertainment's first-party developers, Ben Studio, which said on Thursday that it will be adding trophies for Siphon Filter. Quote, Agency Intel reports that Siphon Filter will include trophies when it arrives on the all-new PS Plus, it wrote, and yes, you can earn the Platinum too. End quote. The PlayStation reward system, which lets players earn trophies by accomplishing objectives such as clearing levels, finding collectibles, and completing certain tasks, was introduced by Sony in 2008. That means many of the classic games being released as part of the new PS Plus service won't include support, and presumably it's up to developers if this is something they want to add. Sony recently confirmed a partial list of games that were made available as part of the new update coming soon. Okay, we can stop there. So, something that's not so much for me, because, as I've mentioned before, most of the trophies that I've got on my PlayStation are here in physical form in front of me, and were provided by the lovely people at NGB !3D in the chat if you want to bag yourself any trophies. I mean, you don't have to be a PlayStation user. You don't have to get a PlayStation Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. You could bag yourself an Xbox one as well, like this. Stay frosty, yeah. If you want anyone, !3D, fill your boots. You don't have to. We don't get any spam. That's just helping out a buddy that makes these and sends them to us. So feel free to check it out. But Bib, does this speak to you?
It does.
Are you a trophy hunter, or are you more retro?
Hunter? No, I'm not a trophy hunter. I mean, it does encourage me to do certain things that I probably wouldn't do, but I hate the trophies where it'll say, I don't know, use this gun 500 times or something like that. That stuff that just...
Play through the game again for the 15th time on super hard difficulty. And fuck off. Nope.
Yeah, I also love the trophies where, because I like to play games on hard. If I play a game on hard, I want to unlock it. I want to unlock the same trophies, but the easy and medium ones at the same time. So I get 3 lots of trophies at the same time. That always makes me smile. But I'm not necessarily a trophy collector. I won't go out my way to get a trophy unless it's like just a little bit out of the way, not like all the way to the extreme. It does encourage me to play the game, maybe to its completion. Again, if it's a game that I'd already played before, like Siphon Filter, I want to play Siphon Filter again. I don't think it looks like it's aged very well. I mean, the video that we shown maybe 2 weeks ago was like a fully upgraded, modded version of it, and it looked okay, but the controller scheme was a bit wild. Like, I can't imagine they're going to have held up quite well, a lot of these PS1 games, but yeah, for a game that I played a long time ago, it's given me another incentive to go back and to play it again.
I feel it's irrelevant to me. I'm not interested. I mean, it's classic games that I'm probably not going to go back and play. For trophies that I'm probably not going to go through and earn. That said, I am aware that I don't speak for everyone, and there are a lot of people out there, a large following for trophy hunters, for achievement hunters that want platinums on every game, that want the full. Is it 1,000 gamer score you get? 10,000 that you get for completing all of the achievements on Xbox. I can't remember what it is, but
it's 1,000.
So there's a lot of people out there that live for that vibe. And if you can go back and play some of the classics that existed before those systems were available and get trophies for it now, that's a big win. I just hope a lot of the studios that have games that are just going to be put onto it, put onto PS Plus and the like, go, actually, do you know what? Yeah, fuck it. We'll make trophies. Yeah, it'll take us a short amount of time in the grand scheme of things, and it will be nice little nod for our community to acknowledge the people that actually want to go play through these games. So yeah, big win. Easy, nice. I am a platinum hunter. Most games I have to play twice to get all the trophies. Most aren't too hard to get, but some others like Star Ocean are impossible and would require way too much planning to get them all. Yeah, that for me, that is a chore. That's like full on having a spreadsheet of going, okay, you need to make sure you pick this up before you do that, because if not, you won't be able to get back to it, and then you'll have to start the whole thing. I'm like, nope. That's not playing game for fun. That's like getting a map and planning a hike, an expedition. No. I have 2 platinums, as I've mentioned before. One of them is this, printed by Next Gen Base, and the other one is PUBG, which I only got because it was easy platinum, and I realized that I only had like 2 more trophies to get, which would so I was like, oh, go on then, you might as well do it while I'm here. So PUBG is my only actual in-game platinum that I've ever got. And if there was stuff that was super easy to tick off while I was there, nice. If not, nah.
Easiest one's Fight Night Round 3, I think. All you need to do is just win the World Championship, which you do in your career anyway.
Yeah,
I did
that on 360. I had Fight Night Round 3 on my Xbox 360, and 1,000 gamer score ticked off for that completely. I think that may be the only game that I've got a full 1,000 on my Xbox as well. So, yeah. Okay, moving ahead. We do have. I have just had a quick sneak peek at what the free game is as well on Epic Game Store for next week. Or is it next week? No, right now, should I say, not for next week. It is, that is absolutely a banger. Okay, so this is the article on screen, written by Morgan Park and the crew at PC Gamer. It says, what's free on the Epic Game Store right now? So, as always, we'll show you the full article kind of thing. Won't read through it, though. This gives you the gist of what the whole situation is. Basically, Epic gives you a free game every week, and as you can see there in the red at the bottom, Epic Store free games right now, Borderlands 3. Nice. Yeah. So we're on the usual weekly schedule now for Epic's freebies. So keep an eye out for each week's new free choices. So from May the 19th to May the 26th, which is right now, up until Thursday afternoon, while the humour might not have won most points in our Borderlands 3 review, Gearbox's loot shooter franchise remains one of the best destinations where you're in need of a heaping helping of infinite guns. Guns that explode, guns that shoot money, guns that shoot other guns. Borderlands 3 has them and more. This will just get you the base game from 2019, but the Season Pass is on sale in Epic Store until June the 16th if you're left with an appetite for more Vault hunting. Absolute solid game. Game. I believe Bibby is half open to the idea of potentially maybe playing it ish here and there. What are your thoughts, Bib? Borderlands, yes, no?
Yeah, I love Borderlands. And again, this is obviously on Epic Games Store, so it will be on your PC. I think PSN have given it away before now anyway. But yeah, this 100%. Even if you don't have a gaming PC, but you have a work laptop or something that you can just log in, go in desktop mode on your mobile, create an Epic account, and just get these games added to your account, because you never know when you're going to stumble upon a PC that you can play games on. And it's always nice to log in and have like 400 games ready and waiting for you, especially with games of this caliber ready and waiting for you to be able to play them. Unbelievable. I think this is one of the best games giveaway so far. I mean, the list is there. There's a lot of good games that have been given out since the beginning of the year, but I definitely think this is game of the year that they've given so far.
It's criminal that people have mobile phones and stuff and haven't redeemed their free Epic games, isn't it, Bib? Like
Yes, Graham.
Prey, should I say, was given away for free last week, and everyone surely got that right.
Yeah, imagine being the person that reads out the articles to tell people to download them, and then in the same breath doesn't load up the Epic Game Store to go and play
That's actually
their
factually
games.
Incorrect. I loaded up the Epic Game Store, but did I do it? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Fuck. So yeah, last week Prey was available. It went off yesterday, and I missed it. It's now been replaced by Borderlands 3, which I'm going to get. He says.
Yeah.
He says. The interesting thing is though,
to next week.
Borderlands was a mystery game. We didn't know what it was going to be. It was just a mystery game, is what it was going to be. So when they say mystery game, we've been hit with a banger. Which is what we said last week. It's either they didn't know or it was going to be something good, and they've released something good in Borderlands 3 being the free game. Interestingly, next week's free game is a mystery game. So
Yeah.
are we getting wall-to-wall bangers from Epic?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's something to look forward to anyway, which is obviously where you'll find out next Friday when we tell you exactly what that is again.
Nice. See that? He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. But that's it from this Friday's show. We appreciate anyone that's dropped in and stuck around for the show. Big Ham with a big old raid. Spike with the 28-month sub. West dropping 20 months down as well. Thank you very much for the support. Everyone that's been in the chat and stuck around, we appreciate you very, very much. Do stick around because we are going to throw on the love to someone else with a raid. A reminder that we are back tomorrow with some PUBG fun times. I'm going to be on Twitch from about 10:30 tomorrow playing PUBG. Do feel free to join me and the homies, whoever's going to be on with me tomorrow. Do feel free to join us as we run through some PUBG on Sunday. Bibby is going to be playing some. I believe you're playing PUBG, right, Bib? Fortnite. Fortnite.
I'm going to play some Fortnite.
So yeah, Bibby is playing Fortnite Zero Building again.
Absolutely. I've never been build again, just to get it out of the game.
Goddamn right. So Bibby will be playing. I also mentioned to Beans that you are playing Fortnite on Sunday. And Beans was like, well, I might just get up for that as well, because Beans works night shifts. So he gets up early on Saturday to play some PUBG with me and then goes back to bed. He says he might be just doing that on Sunday with you as well. So you might have a teammate. Let's go.
Dead right.
So yeah, if you're around on, I think we might have a full squad for the Saturday, but if you're around on the Sunday and Bibby feels like being social, you know what he's like. He's a bit aggressive, especially early doors. But if he feels like being social, yeah, fuck off, you can't. He might loop you in. But before he calls you all a cunt, anything else that you want to add, Mr. Bib?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us for the 5 episodes of the Scoop this week. We very much appreciate it. But it all starts again next week, Graham. So if anybody else wants to help shape those shows, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media profiles. Or if you're watching this in any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there for you, but all we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We'll then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time on Monday? Mr. Graham Day.
There'll be 10 a.m. Yeah. Don't know why I keep doing my own deep voice.
When I literally have a button that does this. I mean, maybe it doesn't know, I just get my normal voice, but you guys get this. Anyway, we're gonna go. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow on Sunday for some gaming fun times. Until then,
Stay frosty.
stay frosty.